Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Down! 180!
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. They're not ready for this.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch 54. Watch 54. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Here's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. After the penalty, it's Henry. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
Mariota to throw it. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Check right, check right. Check right, check right. Watching you find.
I'll get him. One. Get him.
Check 24, check 24.
36.
Check 9, check 3.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Man, I got you. 25, check 25.
Now on second and 16, Mariota being chased out left. And his throw here's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Kill. Hey, Alpha.
Carr. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jalen Richard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's back.
And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
3rd and long here for Mariota. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Deuce. Right, 64, weak. One. Check.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Throwing is Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody he just snuck out there. And they just got...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Watch the whip. Kill. Turn up.
They begin with Henry. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here I come. Rush in. Check. One.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Raiders have recovered. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
I'm coming for you, son. Check 31.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
From the 29, Mariota, and Davis has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They go play action here on first down. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Mark 52. Let's go one more.
Mariota now. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On third down, Mariota. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line.
And the Titans first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Here's Mariota. Man open left side is Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
52's the mic. One. Okay, double up. Hey, Mike 52. Too little, cut. Echo.
Mariota. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So on fourth down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Succop. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Carr. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's good for 28 yards.
It's a gain of 28 yards. And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let him know, let him know.
From the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
To number 83. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Again, they'll throw with Carr. There goes a deep ball, end zone. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half here, Mariota. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
At the 27-yard line.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full 29. 29.
To throw his Carr. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons able to record his 5th sack of the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarter.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
A first down throw for Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mariota now from the 50. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To the air again, Mariota. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Mariota to throw for it on fourth. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brings up third down.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mike. 180. 55, Mike. Watch White Monday. Watch the right.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Counter play with Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 46.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here. 2nd and long. Now Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. around the NFL third quarter from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick six. Throw right side, complete to Williams. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Carr. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. Carr down a throw. That one caught. It's the rookie Hunter Renfrow. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And John Gruden has made the call. His guys are going for it.
Hey, man.
They'll try and run for it. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
To try again after the sack. Mariota, and right side, Henry's got it. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Where are they, team? Watching the ball. You got nothing to win. You got nothing. 55.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go, heavy. Heavy
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, wahoo!
54, right there. 54, Mike. I'm coming.
They snap it on 4th to Hill. And this thing is blown up defensively. They will not get a throw-off on the trick play, and that'll go down as a sack. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down now, it's Lewis, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. They'll stay with Lewis here on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing now is Carr. Down man, it's complete. Williams. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Back to throw, Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. Well, a heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
The Titans take
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Uncorks one for Davis, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here to tie game. What do they do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this. This is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.